Ah. Okay. Okay, should be back over on YouTube. I do apologize. I have to double check, but I think YouTube chat may have missed. Did we miss the entirety of the Cure series? Almost. So it looks like the YouTube stream went down halfway through the series. Oof. So do apologize. Do apologize for those over on YouTube as they missed out on Game 2 and Game 3 of the Cure versus GuMiho series. Obviously, it's going to be uploaded to YouTube later. But do apologize. Hold on, I got to fix that now. Need to fix that. Sorry everyone, I'm just setting up the VOD. Setting up the stream. Merge. Play this. Okay, should be back up. Okay. Should be back up. Okay, so very quickly here, congratulations to GuMiho. GuMiho does claim the series 2-1 to advance on to the semifinals, where GuMiho is up against herO. herO, he did take down Nice 2-1 when all the way to the ace match, so a big shout to Nice for once again causing that ace match. We have seen Nice recently take down herO. Again, specifically in PvPs, Nice is an animal and he can take to the best players in the world. Again, he's beaten herO in recent history, in recent weeks, so he almost did it here again. GG, well played. Scoring down, we have Classic takes down Percival 2-0. Creator takes down Beyond 2-1. Ooh, and I was hoping that we could see either Cure or GuMiho or Beyond kind of vie for that final spot. And technically, we have one Terran player left in the tournament, but against a sea of Protoss. Classic, Creator, and herO are also still in. We got 3 Protoss, we got 1 Terran, and we'll see how this series unfolds. And best of luck to GuMiho when it comes to stopping that PvP finals. It's going to be a tough one. herO, of course, he is the KSL champion. He has won so many KSLs throughout 2025. I want to say like 90% of the tournaments that he signed up for, he would win. So herO, he is arguably the best Protoss player in the world, if not just straight up the best Protoss player in the world. Let's see what GuMiho has to offer. I expect to see some mech in this series, I'll be honest. I expect to see a little bit of mech. Not every game, but maybe once. Let's go. Let's go. As I very quickly have to set up. But again, I do apologize for those over watching on YouTube that I didn't notice that the stream went down. I do apologize, but everything should be smooth sailing from here on forward. And spawning in the upper left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss himself representing T1. It is herO. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I had to come over from YouTube before it was cut short. Happened on the last stream apparently as well, just so you know. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know what it is. I would imagine that the only thing that makes sense is that maybe it's like the server that we're connected to is maybe a little bit unstable at this hour. So I might have to look into using a different server. Like we have had to use like the Singaporean server like from time to time, so I might have to like use that instead. I'll remember for next time for sure. Alright, so hoping you can upload the whole cast later. We will. Again, if you follow us on YouTube, we do upload everything. Even the earlier rounds, it's all uploaded on YouTube eventually. But otherwise, let's go. Otherwise, here we go. We're getting into our openers, getting into our game. It is going to be double gas. Double gas opener out of GuMiho, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed CC. Meanwhile, herO himself is going for his own standard opener. So far, nothing crazy, just a more tech-heavy start out of GuMiho. Time to lose more grapes. True. You will have a tech of choice here, going for his own Twilight Council. When it comes to TVP, we have seen it slowly evolve over time. I'm curious to see if anything has changed over the past week. Again, we have been a little bit less active this week, so we have missed out on a couple of days of StarCraft, and the meta can shift in that time. So we'll see how our players will adjust or approach, if at all. herO can also be very active, very aggressive. We're expecting a blink-based opener. Meanwhile, the Hellion Reaper dives in, and can we get any probe kills? Oh! Shield Barrier's ready. Yeah, Shield Barrier's not in time. One probe goes down. Ooh, oh my god, the force field. The army gets locked in, and can we get another probe? The answer is no. And all the worker will fall. Nice target firing on the Hellion. Hellion goes down, Reaper goes down. A very nice target firing, very nice control. And herO, he will lose one probe for 2 Reapers and a Hellion. So nice cleanup out of herO. Here comes a Hallucination Scout. He moves out across the map, and he will confirm the initial 2-1-1. Or the 1-1-1 opener into a later Rex. Leads into an earlier drop, and he confirms both Widow Mines. So here he's aware of the mine drop. He saw that there were 2 Widow Mines as well. As you can see, GuMiho he's trying to kill the hallucination. No. I do think herO does want to bait out the shots towards the end, but goes in for further scouts. Oh, and we have a fake out here. Okay. So GuMiho faking out Cloak Banshee. As he does research interference matrix, which should not finish. GuMiho now going for a delayed drop. herO, he's already getting his 3rd base up and running. GuMiho dropping into the main. But alas, he is deflected. He's going to be shut down. Here, he was able to get away with a very greedy build. If you can see here, herO did this with 2 gateways. So he went 2 gate blink into a 3rd base. So a very economic build here by herO. He gets away with it. Medevac is not going to be hunted down. Does get away. And from here, is building up into a heavy gateway composition. When it comes to the Old Republic, I'm a little bit surprised that GuMiho did not veto this map. This map is known for being very heavily Protoss favored. The reason for this is because of how open and accessible the 4th bases are. For a Terran player to attempt to get into the mid game, it's going to be very difficult. Speaking of connectivity issues with us with YouTube earlier, GuMiho looks like having some connectivity issues here as well. Hopefully it does clear up. Hopefully. GuMiho! Go me. If he lags out, we can always resume from replay. So it should be okay. If he does lag out. Thankfully, we're not in the middle of like any kind of major engagement. And behind this, we were getting into Bio. We have a very strong stim timing on the horizon, so stim, +1, combat shields, like it's all on the way. And GuMiho may even decide to throw down extra axes and pull the boys. We'll keep an eye on him as we remake. Feels GuMiho, man. It's all good, it's all good. It happens, it happens. It's all good. But yeah, hopefully he's not gone for too long here. When it comes to the other series, again, Creator versus Classic should be currently ongoing. I believe Chicken Man is casting that series, and GuMiho's back. GuMiho's back, so it's going to take us a moment here, but we have to resume from replay. We have to remake the lobby and load on in. So we'll be back in a couple of moments. Going to be going on a very short break. When we come back, we will have the rest of the semifinals, the rest of Game 1. We'll see you soon. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that lovely OST. I do apologize, but again, things, you know, they were out of our control. We did have a GuMiho, unfortunately. Oh, God damn it. We just lost someone. I was gonna say, unfortunately, we had GuMiho lagging out, and never mind. We're gonna cut to another break. So GuMiho lagged out, so we had to resume from replay, and then Enki disconnected. So now we have to resume from replay again, getting Enki back in. Enki, of course, is our Spanish caster. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Again, some technical issues. It happens. Understandable. Hopefully, once we get things going, we can get them going, and we shouldn't have any issues moving forward. But we're going to be cutting to another break. For those who don't know, Enki is a Spanish caster. He is the Spanish caster, and we're going to be waiting for Enki to rejoin us. Hopefully it's also just another blip, and hopefully Enki will be back with us momentarily. GuMiho has reconnected. Hopefully Enki can as well. Otherwise, we're going on a break. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. Eventually we will continue this series. Eventually. Get some snacks, get some food, drain the disruptors, massage your marines. We'll see you soon for the remainder of the semifinals. See you soon. Welcome back. Welcome back. Just do apologize for the tech issues. We had to have things got a little bit messy, things a little bit complicated, but we have returned here. And if you notice, but we are using the default UI. The players didn't realize that instead of resuming from replay, they actually first we had to wait for Enki to return, and instead of resuming from replay, they just made a replay lobby. So we had to switch to default UI for it. Ooh, as the medevac does get hunted down. So we're gonna have to cast with the default UI, and then we'll be fixing it for game number 2. But it should all be good as the players have returned. Oh no, a bit of a move command. One stalker does get picked off. So nice pick off here by GuMiho. Winding it back. How did this game transpire? herO was able to get into a better economic start. herO shut down the Reaper Hellion aggression. herO got into a faster third base, and herO shuts down the medevac as well. So herO just has had a stronger early game. The big question in my mind was, does GuMiho go for 2 more maxes? Does he go for a 2 base all-in? The answer is no. Third CC. So GuMiho, he's expanding, he's building up to a third base. He moves out with his bio army. He's applying pressure, but he is claiming, or he is going to get into the mid game, which is going to be a difficult endeavor here coming into the mid game on the Old Republic. So we'll see if he can apply some pressure, delay the 4th base, and even force a cancel. Colossus has arrived. Again, a gateway composition into Colossus production. Nice kiting here from herO. Oh, sorry, I assumed it was a cancel. Sorry, does cancel the 4th base, but what I meant to say is that I assumed that the Raven did cancel Interference Matrix, but no. He went into it. He went into the Matrix. I thought it was a fake out for a cloak. I thought it was a fake out, but no, he let it finish. Okay. I mean, hey, GuMiho, he canceled the 4th base. Nice pickup. Denied the 4th base. Does pull back, rotates around. Again, the Raven openers and going into Interference Matrix was a little more common a couple of years ago, back when Phoenix Colossus, or I should say just Colossus-based play, was more common. So, interesting to see it here after so long. So, Rama gets dealt with. Hold on, I'll try to clean up the in-game setup. Hold on. I'll remove that, okay. Just make it a little bit cleaner. Oh, as GuMiho is out of position, he does catch the Zealots, but his own 3rd base is exposed. Links in, avoids the Widowmine shots. Oh, ooh, does connect towards the end. Does catch one of the Stalkers, but overall we do get 3 CV pickoffs. Alas, it took too long. The reinforcements have arrived, and GuMiho is going to shut this down. GuMiho, he wants those Colossi, and he's going to get them. Yeah, he's going to get all 3 even. 1, 2. Wait, does he? Zalse arrived just in time. The reinforcements. At the same time, they also got into the middle line. 15 SCVs go down. herO, he barely maintains his position. We need more Zealots. No. Yeah, late reaction here. 1 more Colossus goes down. Misstep there by herO. Bit of a miss rally. As herO, he runs into the army, losing another Colossus. And GuMiho is popping up. He's catching up 3 Colossi. But again, my big concern for GuMiho is his economy. Right? His worker count here is still very low. He's undersaturated. He lost a lot of SCVs. So he is trading well, but over time, herO, he's going to be able to rebuild. He's going to be able to rebuild, remake. So GuMiho, he needed these trades to keep himself in the game. And it looks like he finally is going to check with the proxy. Oh, finds it. Finds a proxy, shuts it down. No worries, all good, all good. We'll make do. We'll make do. Because again, GuMiho is trying to stabilize. Working his 4th CC. At this one, I don't think herO has enough momentum to break. I do think he has enough momentum to deny the 4th and to maintain this position, but we'll see what he can achieve with Storm. Storm is done. He's got a 4-Eyed Templar, 4 Storms. Decent line connection. First Storm. Yeah, first Storm lands well. There's a second. Oh no! Dust into the Storms. There's 2 more Storms available. Soon to be 3 more, actually. Jesus. It's a lot of Storm. We still need those Zealot reinforcements. Once again, Storms are zoning away. They're not even dealing more damage. Medevac getting called out. But where are those reinforcements? Here, he's banking up 1,000 minerals. Yeah, he's been missing warpins. Yeah, missing warpins here. The Zealots finally have arrived. GG gets called. herO, he does eventually overwhelm, and herO takes game number 1. Whew, GG. herO does take a lead in the series. Again, herO, he did have the stronger start. Oh, I just realized that herO had the wrong race. There we go. herO did have the stronger start. Oh. 1 moment. And we'll see if GuMiho can bounce back. GuMiho, he was able to catch the Colossus in the center, which was some nice pickups, but as we were mentioning, GuMiho's economy was crippled. He had a crippled economy, so he couldn't keep up with the momentum, with the production of herO, with the bases of herO. What was really slowing herO down were his lack of warpins, his prison was delayed, so he couldn't really reinforce as quickly as he liked to. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. With that, herO takes the lead, and now we're jumping to game number 2. We'll see if GuMiho can force the ace match. We'll see if herO can close it out. And again, hopefully smooth sailings from here onwards. Hopefully. Just making sure that YouTube is still good. Just making sure. Yeah. We're all good. Meanwhile, the lower semis, I feel like must have finished by now. Am I crazy? Yeah, the lower semis has concluded. Creator, wow. Creator, he takes down Classic 2-1. Classic is out of the tournament. My assumption was it was going to be herO Classic finals, but no, Classic is out. And we still don't have confirmation that it will be herO in the finals either. Let's go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss, leading the series 1-0 for T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran, the blue Terran. It is GuMiho. Let's go. Let us go as we settle into game number 2. herO does have lead in the series, but now we load into a much smaller map, a map that does favor aggression. Hello. That was the second SCV, by the way. There it is, baby. There it is. The proxy has been thrown down. Now, this is a disrupted opener. Again, what I just said. This SCV was meant to be out there. This was meant to be a proxy 2-Rax, by the way. That was meant to be a second SCV to proxy, but as a result, it was disrupted, it was seen, it was zoned away, and we have GuMiho setting up with a singular Rax across the map instead. We'll see if he attempts to go into a tech lab, into Marauders, or if he just goes Reaper. I feel like if the plan was to go Reaper, the Rax would have been thrown down a little bit closer to the main, on the main side of the Reaper cliff, I should say. So we're expecting a tech lab here. We'll see if, I mean, it's GuMiho. He can try to go for like a proxy factory, but no, it is going to be Reaper. It's, I would say, in a bit of an awkward position for a proxy Reaper, but he's going for it. Again, he has a longer path to get into the main. Factory back at home. Alright, and of course, herO, he knows. herO, he knows that the Rax is missing. I should have started with that as well. herO is aware. Now he knows. Got the first Reaper in the main. Getting one probe kill, getting a second. Oh my god, barely. There we go. Does get a second probe. Very close, very clutch. Reaper does pull out. Pulls out, he pulls away. Oh. Does pull away, and we do see GuMiho floating back home. Does go for a cyclone, and now from here we try to build up in towards the early game. We're trying to transition out of the early game aggression. GuMiho was able to achieve some damage at least. The Reaper attempts to go back into the main base, but is going to be zoned back. So far, 2 probe kills is okay. Not ideal though. I still do prefer herO's position currently, but we'll see where our players take us from here. We're still waiting for the tech, still waiting for the tech of choice. There is Twilight Council out of herO, working towards Blink. And GuMiho getting his safety cyclones, and oh, do you see what I see? That is a second Rax. Okay, so we have a second Rax on the way before the starport. This means early stim. Early stim, early bioproduction. Do we go for another Rax? Oh, 2 base all in. Okay. Well, now we have confirmation. Already it was going to be hyper aggressive with early stim. Now this screams 2 base all in. Basically, it's a massive delay on the starport. Oh my god, going for another Rax. Again, massive delay on the starport in favor of stim, combat shields, typically +1 with 1 eBay, and mass marine production. But herO sees everything. Like, he sees the mass amount of Raxes. This screams aggression. And herO, he doesn't open Blink, he opens Charge. Smart move. So, going for early Charge, what does it mean? It means against an early tank push and early aggression, you shut it down. Like, early Zealots shut that down. What is the benefit of Blink Stalkers? Blink Stalkers, they shut down drop play, right? Raven harass, Banshee harass, Widowmine drops, Cyclone drops, Hellion drops. It's a way, going into Stalkers is a way to gain map control, shut down any early game harassment options, contain your opponents, and maybe even pick away at their setup as well. But herO just saw there's no starport, which means there's no drops, there's no sky harass, so there's no reason to get into Blink. Instead, let's focus on what's coming up first, which is the hefty ground army, and shut it down with Mass Zealot instead. Again, there's no need for Stalkers in this kind of game state this early on. So working towards our Zealots, working towards a 3rd base. This is meant to be a hard counter to a 2 base all-in that herO is setting up for. Obviously, he needs his safety, Robo, Immortal Production, 3rd base for saturation. Now, I'm making the assumption that this is going to be an all-in. You can already see here only 1 tank. Only 1 tank, and then add-on swap into Stim and Combat Shields. With this, GuMiho can pull the boys. He could decide to pull the boys. Technically, he could set up for a 3rd CC behind this, but this is very committed. And here just has to make sure he spots the move out. Again, with herO going into an early charge setup, we do see no gas. No gas here at the natural, no gases here at the 3rd base, setting up for Archons and Storm as the follow-up. And again, here just has to make sure he sees the move out of GuMiho, so he knows to warp in. If GuMiho gets a 3rd base, then herO has to see that as well. Oh, Hallucination is shut down, the army gets spotted. As GuMiho does expand behind this, but again, this is very committed, and GuMiho, he's getting seen. He is found. Here comes Zealot reinforcements. herO, he wants to fight. Yeah, GuMiho, he has to respect this. He has to respect the army. GuMiho pulls away. herO can chase. Delay on the 3rd CC. If herO can cancel that 3rd base, that's going to be game. Like, GuMiho cannot afford, because his 3rd base is already late, he cannot afford to lose it. Zealots say distract the army. Here he ignores the 3rd. He's going straight for the natural instead. Where are we going? Yeah, the natural. He's going for the natural. Diving on reinforcements. Boys are being pulled, and how many SCVs are about to go down? And how do we make use of the force fields? Nice target firing here with the Stalkers. Does focus on the Marines. Zealots, yep, they get into the mineral line. Tank is too far back, and that is critical damage here. 18 SCV kills. GuMiho forced to counterattack. He does break down the 3rd, but GuMiho, he was forced to cancel his own 3rd base as well. We have some idle Zealots that could be killing the tank. Yeah, and they will. And back at him, no storm. There is no storm. There's no recall either. Base trade. Okay. We got the base trade. The boys are being pulled, and herO, he should defend. He should be able to defend against this. GG gets called, and herO, he will take the series 2-0. herO, he'll advance on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. herO will claim the series. Again, I do apologize for the kind of messy series just because of the technical issues. Do apologize. Again, a lot of it was just outside of our control, so do apologize for that. But regardless, really good games. Again, GuMiho was hyper aggressive here, going for the 2-base all-in. I say 2-base all-in. Technically, he got a third CC, but it was more of an afterthought, really, more than anything. He was dedicated to his stem timing. Unfortunately, herO saw everything, right? With the hallucination, herO, he saw all 4 axes, so he made the decision to not go into bling, to go into charge, to go into that very heavy zealot composition. And you saw that against bio tank, mass charge like that excels. It excels against all things Terran that early on, especially with how open the bases are, and before you're able to really secure your position with SimCity, with Widow Mines, with a hefty bio army. Here was able to catch GuMiho with his pants down. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we have our grand finals ready for us here. It's going to be a best of 5 series between herO and Creator. I mentioned this earlier, but Creator, he took down Classic 2-1. I took down 2-1. Oh, sorry, I should message one of the admins here. There we go. But here we go. So Creator, he took down Classic 2-1, and Creator is up against herO in the grand finals. Let's go. It's up against herO, and let's set up for that. Again, I would say a bit of an upset that Creator took down Classic. We were expecting, or I was expecting herO versus Classic in the finals. That was kind of like my go-to pick for the 2 finalists, and I was really expecting either GuMiho, Cure, or Beyond to stop them, but no, instead it was Creator. Creator took down Beyond, Creator took down Classic. Creator having a very impressive performance here this tournament. Has been happening off camera and off screen here, but has been very impressive nonetheless. And we'll see if that continues here in the finals. He's going to need it. herO is favored to win the entire event. It's going to be up to Creator to stop him. Let's go. Just catching up in the chat. Thank you so much to like my ex, or like X. Thank you so much. The guy, baby guy. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. I do apologize for not giving you a shout out during the game itself, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Hey, thanks. Thanks for Keep Games casting. Greetings from Germany. Oh, let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know it's quite early in Germany, right? It's like maybe 7 a.m. or earlier than that. I know it's quite early, but thank you. Thank you so much. Buenos dias, buenos dias. Happy New Year's. And thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thank you. Just catching up. GuMiho's build felt off last game. It was a little bit weird, but that's also very GuMiho, right? Like the GuMiho, he often comes up with his own builds, with his own styles, but it was different for sure. Close to 6 a.m. Jesus. Time to get it. Bappy, you're going full D-gen. Going full D-gen. Ay, ay, ay. Going to bed at 6 a.m. You're crazy, crazy. You say that. I did go to bed at 5 a.m. last night, so. True, true. But take care, Bappy. Take care. Take care of yourself. Happy New Year's. Felt weaker than normal. I think maybe frustration with DC usually is a killer. Kind of. Like I said this at the beginning of the broadcast. I mean, again, GuMiho, he looks really good against Cure for sure. Looks really good against Cure. But again, you know, here he's the best Protoss in the world, I would say. So I mean, no shame in going down to herO. But yeah, it did feel like GuMiho's build in game 2 did kind of fall flat, unfortunately. Felt a little bit flat, but it's all good. I'm sure we're seeing more of GuMiho in the coming days and the coming weeks. And again, he did well for himself making it here. If you missed out on the quarterfinals match, I do recommend GuMiho versus Cure. I would say that so far, GuMiho versus Cure was the best series of the tournament, or at least of the broadcast. Like it was a banger of a TBT. So I do recommend GuMiho versus Cure. It was solid. Do you recommend the VODs? As of course went all the way to the ace match and was very intense, but now we're getting into the grand finals, we're getting into our PvP. It's going to be on the Old Republic. Let's go. Thanks, yeah. Do you recommend? But here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss. It is Creator. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvP. Coming into this, it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I feel like a lot of it's going to come down to the vetoes. Already, I'm not used to seeing PvPs on the Old Republic. There's a very large map. Because of that, there are a lot of places to proxy, a lot of places to throw down some pylons, and we often do see a lot of shorter games on the Old Republic because of that. But we'll see how our players will approach this. herO is usually very aggressive and very intense in PvP. Creator is usually a little bit more tame in this matchup, so I'm a little bit concerned for Creator if he gives herO too much room and too much breathing room. So hopefully he's able to keep up with the tempo that herO typically does place. Keep up with this tempo so far. 2-gate opener out of herO, 2-gate opener out of Creator. So far, standard openers. Creator is checking for a proxy pylon, or he's looking for the second pylon placement. And herO is doing the same. Here we go. Second pylon next to the gas geyser. Likewise, second pylon next to gas. No proxy, and both players will confirm. So Creator sees the pylon. So does herO. So they're both aware that there is no proxy, that there is no shenanigans early on. Just a standard opener for the time being, at least. Meanwhile, big shout out to Let Me Play With Your Kitties. God, baby, God. Thank you so much for subscribing for 20 months with Twitch Prime. That's a lot of months. Thank you so much. Happy New Year's. Hope you had a great New Year's and holidays and Christmas if you celebrate it. Hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos. As is our first cast of 2026. First cast of the year. The first of many. Bearing in mind that this is the only cast for today, but we do have another one tomorrow. It'll be live tomorrow with, I believe, an SC Evo show match. Oh yeah, we have the Enki Epic series tomorrow. True. For now, though, our players are building up. They're both expanding. We have the Twilight Council out of herO. Getting into Blink. Meanwhile, Creator going for later tech. So later tech by Creator. So there's going to be a small window in time where herO has Blink over Creator. That is true. It's going to be a small window. We'll see if that window leads to anything. As Blink has begun. From here, both players should be expanding, getting into their third bases, building up into the mid game. There are going to be certain timings available, like the Blink timing, or if anyone goes for an earlier Forge, an earlier +1. Earlier charge, less gases. We'll see. This Creator, he is scouting the top corner of the map. I'll scout the top corner. Probes, they do fan out. Once again, Creator just being very vigilant when it comes to scouting. Very attentive. herO the first to expand, Creator a little bit later. And in general here, herO has a slight edge. He has a slight economic edge, he has a slight tech edge. Finally, one deviation in favor of Creator is the earlier Forge. True. Earlier Forge, earlier +1. Otherwise, we're just calming down. +1 is on the way, but overall this is a very passive initial game one, which is, as we mentioned, the Old Republic. You either see proxies or just very, very long games, or I say very long, at least when it comes to PvP, longer game states. Just due to the size of the map. Double Forge at a herO, interesting, going into double upgrades to catch up, okay. Very greedy. This would take advantage of the passivity here of Creator, true. We'll see if Creator does move out. Oh, as here he cancelled armor and started at +1 shields. So shield upgrades on the way. Creator, he does move out with part of his army, bearing in mind that his Immortal is back at home. And he's just sharking around. Doesn't really intend to commit. He was maybe hoping to catch out the 4th base. Quite able to. Yo, shout out to the hallucinated Colossus Scout. Let's go. Love to see it. That was not intentional, by the way. That was oh. Now that we're building up. Again, a faster 4th base for a herO. We should be starting 2-2 soon. There we go. 2-2 is now on the way. And it does look like herO intends to be the defender here. Setting up his site defense. Waiting for his 2-2 upgrades. Here comes Creator. First to move out. Now when it comes to the army compositions, it will come down to the Archons and their positioning. We have 3 Archons morphing in for Creator. We have only one for herO. Uh-oh. A second Archon's morphing in, but herO, he is vulnerable. Bearing in mind that most of his site defense is here at the center 4th base. Not at the 3rd. Now he's throwing down a shield battery. Sorry, a cannon. Just throwing down cannons, base out the charge. herO, he just doesn't really have much here. Does have the Prism though. Yeah, nice volley here from the Archons on the Zealots. Oh, the Prism is barely going to be focused down. Nice time for the Prism. Yeah, Prism goes down, and Creator, he's just going to overwhelm. He's just going to overwhelm here. Breaks through the defensive line again. herO, he was down on Archons, down in army supply. Maybe just a little bit too greedy here by herO, as herO did have a higher probe count. And Creator with this will snowball out of control. Yeah, just one strong fight here from Creator. Breaks on through. As we mentioned before, herO, he invested into the cannons and shield batteries here at the center base, which didn't come into play. And Creator will start things off with a win. Start the series off with a lead back. As here, he is microing his heart out. He is trying to control as best he can with these stalkers, but there's only so much these stalkers can achieve. Really so much. And again, if Creator didn't have his Prism here, for example, then maybe over time here can try to stem the tide and build up and try to recover. But like here, like no shot. It's not gonna happen. No shot. So again, here is being as annoying as possible with these stalkers. Let's catch out an Immortal, miss rally out of Creator. Creator hero rotates. Finally, can just focus on the base. Just focus on the expansion. And GG gets called. Creator, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. I was concerned that Creator was going to be too passive and that herO would take advantage of that, but no. Creator, he was able to hit his timing. If you remember, what was herO doing? herO, he had oversaturated. He had built up into a higher worker count with his faster 4th base. He'd invest into a 2nd forge and 2nd upgrades as well. So there's a lot of resources being spent furthering himself in a longer game, right? With better saturation, faster 4th base, double forge, double upgrades. It means that it all pays off as the game goes longer, but Creator was able to hit just in time. As we mentioned, herO, he only had 1 Archon. He only had 1 Archon. He didn't really have much of an army to speak of, and Creator was able to bully him when he got across the map. herO's main army was lacking. That was the one part of herO that was lacking, was that main army. GG. GG, well played. And with that, Creator, he does take a lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss, the south green Protoss. It is Creator, leading the series 1-0. Now, game 1 was nice. It was very nice. Basically, herO was too greedy. herO was too greedy, and Creator punished him. But now we're loading into Tourmaline. And the problem here is that this is a very small map. Very small map. Short rush distance by ground. Hyper aggression is favored here. And what that means is that now we are entering a very different kind of PvP. I was kind of mentioning it last game, but last game was really passive. It was really passive, but a big reason for that was the map itself. It's just a really large map, so the auto probably kind of lends towards the mid game. It lends towards 3-base saturation at least, as we go up to 4 bases. Here on Tourmaline, I'm expecting more aggressive builds. I'm expecting herO to be in his element, to not be one to slowly get a 3rd, get a 4th base, double forge. Like that's not going to happen here. No shot. Not on Tourmaline. So we're expecting more aggressive builds from both players. Hello. As herO, he doubles back around to hide his probe. And what are we hiding? There it is, going for the pylon. Now, based on this central location, this is looking like a proxy robo. Looking like a robo, looking like a 1-base all-in. As the probe is still here behind the mineral line. You can see Creator is looking for the pylon. He's looking for the pylon. He knows that there should be a pylon here. He's like, hold up, something's wrong. Something's wrong, something is amiss. He sends out a 2nd probe, so that's already 2 workers scouting. This is already doing damage. As Creator searching for that proxy. Meanwhile, we do have the proxy robo in the middle of the map. As I mentioned, this looks like a proxy robo 1-base all-in. And Creator, he takes it seriously, going for his own defensive robo. Nice call by Creator. This is meant to shut down and almost hard counter, just regular counter proxy robo. It's meant to counter. So as a result, Creator, he's going to have the defender's advantage. He's going to have his own immortal production to deal with the immortals of herO. Ooh, herO shoots first. The tall grass. Yeah, makes use of the tall grass, and herO, he should take down the first stalker. They trade 1-1. They do trade. Oh, herO some free shots off though. Dealing whole damage as well. A lot of momentum already for herO. He zones Creator away. It's a prism. herO pulls away, dragging the Stalkers out of position. Prism is about to pop, but with this we can get into the main base. Two adepts taking one-shot probes. And killing workers this early on is even more critical. Has that much more weight behind it. Using 5, 6, 7 probes can end the game. As herO drops in. Does not get behind the mineral line. Nice positioning here by Creator. The Immortal is revealed. herO poking forward. He does not want to get caught by the force field. And again, Creator looking good. If he lost workers, I'd be concerned, but no, he defends well on one base. Remember, Creator went for the robot opener. You can see him coming in from behind, trying to catch out any reinforcements. Does he get the sentries? He does. And massive eagles. He gets one. He gets one. He'll get the other as well. 2 free pigos, 2 sentries. Even getting whole damage on the Immortal. Oh my god. And nice whole damage. Takes down the Immortal with the Prism. Prism goes down. It's going to be a back and forth trade. herO, he wants the Immortal. He's going to get him. Ooh, yeah, there is no escape. And Creator go a little bit too fancy. Go a little bit too excited. He lost his War Prism. He lost his one Immortal. Creator, he has one Immortal left. His Prism is being rebuilt. herO gets 2 probes, 3 probes even. It's something. Ooh, a bit of a miscontrol here. Miss rally. herO, he rallies over the army. Prism is thrown away. We're getting messy. And you can see that, yes, Creator did overextend. He did lose an Immortal, did lose the War Prism, but his Gateway army has been building up. Slowly building up his Gateway army. The Immortal getting caught out. Nice hull damage. herO trying to expand, trying to transition out of this. herO's trying to get out of the all-in. But Creator, if he can depower this robo, he can just keep pushing. And herO's desperate. He's desperate. He wants Creator to recall. He's like, recall home, damn it. Come home. Creator, base trade, let's go. He commits to the base trade. The boys are being pulled. Stalker goes down. And, oh, there's 2 Immortals on a shield battery. herO, he's ready for this. He's ready for the base trade. herO, he's crippling the economy. He's killing everything across the map. Creator, he had momentum. He did have some momentum in this game. Creator, he can still take the fight. He locks down the Immortal. Tries to. There we go. Final force field. Immortal goes down. Takes down the Immortal, takes down the Sentry. Creator has control of the main, but it's so late though. He's losing everything else across the map. All the gateways get depowered. Boys are coming in for the surround. herO, can he get the Prism? Oh, he can! Oh god, the Prism was full as well. Yeah, full Prism. GG gets called, and herO, he will tie up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO does tie things up. Again, a very intense back and forth. Honestly, everything was looking good for Creator. Creator, he defended well. He shut down the army. He had a bigger force to work with. But he was forced into a pseudo base trade where he will... where Creator, he was losing too much back at home, and herO had his Immortals ready at his natural. He had shield batteries. He had his army ready and waiting. So ready for the backstab, ready for the base trade. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a tied up 1-1 scoreline, and now we go from one of the smaller maps into another small map. Up next, loading into Ruby Rock. Now, I do favor herO in these smaller, more compact, more aggressive maps, just because of what he's known for and his strengths, of course, as well. This is another one of those maps. Ruby Rock, this should be it for herO when it comes to being aggressive and being very in the face of Creator. Once again, we'll see if Creator can keep up with herO. And I was very impressed by the last game, by the way. Like, Creator, he found himself in a good position at times. Unfortunately, he just missed the counterattack, he missed the move out. Did miss herO slipping past. Let's go. Let's go. Step away for 3 minutes and the Creator take the map. That's a big upset, no? I mean, Creator, he just beat Classic. Like, just beat Classic. Creator can take it to herO. herO's favored, don't get me wrong. herO is favored, but Creator, he definitely has it in him to bring it to herO, of course. And we'll see if Creator can cause the upset, right? Can take the series. Taking maps, like, we expect that from Creator. But we'll see if he can try to bring it back here. And again, these smaller, more aggressive maps, like these are the maps that matter the most for Creator to try to get some momentum on. Like, I favor Creator on White Rabbit or Taito? No, probably not. Like White Rabbit, I'm thinking of, what's the other large map? Jeez, Winter Madness, that's it. Winter Madness, White Rabbits, Old Republic. Those are kind of the three maps where I'm looking at Creator to look strong. But it looks like our players need some time. We need a moment. Where's the Google Translate? We can make it, we can make it. I hear you ask for a bathroom break. Okay. Here we go, here we go. Also, shout out to herO. Like, Creator, he was a little bit flustered, a little bit upset after game 2, and he was like, "Nah, it's okay, you're doing well." Like, you're being supportive. Esther here. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1, tank of the series, and we'll see if he can extend his lead. It is herO. Momentum is on his side, and spawning in the top left hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is Creator. And again, to see smaller maps where we do expect to see more aggression out of our players. Creator honestly had a really nice start last game, going for the defensive robo and calling herO's build, and he was able to call correctly. But again, like, we saw a bit of a messy follow-up, and Creator, he was a little bit later to when it came to striking across the map and getting into that kind of base trade scenario. Cheeky moves out of herO. But there we go. For now, 2-gate. A 2-gate opener out of Creator, 2-gate opener out of herO. Here he throws down his gateways further back. That does prompt Creator to go further in to try to get a further scout. It also opens up the natural. Does mean that this natural base is more accessible to adepts. Oh, and herO once again proxy. He throws down the pylon dead set in the center of the map, but this is ideal for a proxy robo. No surprises here. We spoke about this at the start of the game. Tourmaline and Ruby Rock. These are two hyper-aggressive maps. We expect all-ins, and this is where herO is at his best. Pylon is done. We're waiting for the Cybercore. We're waiting for the robo. Huh. I need gas. Huh. There he is. With that 100 gas, robo gets thrown down. herO is going for the one base all in. The same build 2 games in a row. And creator, is he going to expand? Creator scouts. He knows that a pylon is missing. Creator, he knows that something is wrong. No shot. He's opening up double adept. Remember last game, he believes it's a fake out. Does he?
Glory to the Daylom.
Creator's banking resources. No, he's going for the Nexus. He's going for it. No. Again, last game Creator had such a good response, but this time he believes it's a fake out. Again, Creator, he sees there's no pylon. He believes that it's a fake proxy instead, or a proxy Stargate. But it's a one base all in, and this is going to hit even harder this time. This time, Creator won't have defensive immortals. Now, this isn't a build order win, but it's going to be a very difficult hold. I mean, Creator is banking up his own adepts. Now he's going for the robo, but after the expansion. Now, adepts, they can tank immortal shots well. That is true. We're going to have a lot of adepts. Here he has his own. I believe the rationale behind going for all these adepts is because herO has a massive hole here at the main. The ramp is open. Well, that is a lot of adepts. Now, the armies are about to pass by each other. We're about to pass by herO. He does keep his own army back at home, though. The adepts, I mean. Immortal moves in, going for the pylon. Going for the Archosis pylon. Ta-da! Pylon goes down. Decars the gateways. Same time adepts, they bust into the main. Nice force field, very nice. Force field locks down Creator. Adepts are going to be cleaned up. Oof. And again, the immortal's not done. Going for another. Gets the second pylon. I'll pick up at a herO. Again, here he successfully defends. But remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Creator. Here he needs more damage. Nice movement. Kills a third pylon. No, he miscontrolled. There it is. Jesus. Yeah, here he picked up 1 second too soon. But he does snipe that pylon. Here come the reinforcements. Here comes the army. 3 immortals. Oh. Aztecs actually make their way into the middle line. Remember, they can one-shot. They can one-shot workers, one-shot robes. Does catch out one of the immortals. He will lose his own, though. Where's the pickup? Doesn't need it. Yeah, he doesn't even need to. Here he just A moves in, and the main base probes are going down. At the natural, the armies are broken. GG gets called, and herO he takes a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Unfortunately, Creator, he gambled. He gambled when it came to his build. He decided, even though he knew that a pylon was missing, he believed that there was no shot that herO would go for the same build 2 games in a row. He made that gamble. He made that choice. Made that decision. He believed that herO wouldn't cheese him, so he went for the Nexus before going for any other tech structure. So very, very greedy build here by Creator. Gets punished. He gets punished for it. And now we're getting into Winter Madness. The Gamba was real. The Gamba. Now, we are now loading into a larger map of the map pool. The scariest thing about this is that this map, similar to the Old Republic, is known for proxies because there are a lot of proxy locations. I would say there's a higher chance that herO proxy Stargates on Winter Madness. There's even a chance that Creator proxy Stargates as well. We'll see. There are a lot of locations. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself. It is a creator. Let's go. Let us go. Now, as we get into this game, a couple of things. I do think that it's going to be smart for herO to go for the proxy pylon, because 2 games in a row he's gone proxy pylon and he has successfully been able to pull off the one base all in. Now, the reason why I want to see a proxy pylon this game is purely for mind games, right? herO's done it 2 games in a row, and if he makes it look like he's going for the same builds, I mean, now it's going to be on creator to make the decision once again. Does he believe in the proxy? Does he believe it's a fake out? I would want to see herO either go for a fake out or go for a proxy Stargate and not a robo, but we'll see. Eyes are on this probe. Creator, he sees the probe. Based on its timing here, herO might just proxy in the center. Let's see. He's going for it. Yeah, he's going for it. We veer off towards the right-hand side. Depending on the placement, it could be a Stargate. As I mentioned before, I do want to see a Stargate here at a herO to try to mind game his opponents. Pylon gets thrown down. And this is not a position for a robo. So this is not a proxy robo. Because the probe leaves, it looks like just a fake out. Just a fake proxy pylon from herO. And creator, he has to make a decision. He has to decide. He has to roll the dice. He has to roll the dice. Does he go for a very strong response and go for a robo? Does he cut some corners and be greedy like last game and go for the Nexus? Does he go for a bit of an in-between route and go for the Stargate? Meanwhile, Stargate open out a herO, back at home, not proxied. Creator fully walls off. And Creator, he doesn't send out a second probe. Robo. Oof, it worked. So Creator going for the Robo opener. This is a very defensive response. Very defensive. We saw this in game 2. Saw this in game 2 of the series. So Creator is not taking any chances. He's looking, he's scouting, but he's terrified that it's an all-in. We can see it's anything but. So this is a better start for herO. He successfully wins in the mind games. Now, Creator, he can try to turn this into a one base all-in himself, but because the map is so large, it's going to be weaker. It's going to be very weak if he does attempt a one base all-in from here. Oracle's on the way. herO, he throws down his own robo and gateway. Wait, what? herO, he's going for a one base all-in. I believe that herO was going to expand, but no, he goes for a Stargate opener, and he just doubles down. He just doubles down. Creator moves out, checks for the expansion. Does Creator go up the ramp? He does win in the head-on fight. It does go for the Adept. Adepts, they pull away. Trying to buy time for extra warp-ins. Losing 1 Adept so far. But now with the reinforcements, herO should hold. They will hold on. Oracle gets across. Thankfully, safety shield battery in the main. Gets a force around. Nice defense here by Creator. Very nice. And Creator is slowly expanding. Again, I assumed that herO was going to go into a macro build from here, but no, he just doubles down. And I'm not too convinced by this response out of herO, I'll be honest. Like, because it's a delayed one base all-in on Winter Madness, right? Now he expands. This is such a late Nexus, though. It's so late. I'll be honest, this build from herO, it looked like he thought the Creator was going to all-in him. So that's why now herO, he has the Stalkers, he has this Immortal. What can he do with this? Like, what was the purpose of this? It can't achieve anything. Again, I'm pretty sure the purpose of this was that he was thinking the Creator was just going to stay on one base as a response. So correction to what I said earlier, when it comes to the early game, Creator's ahead. Creator, he's ahead. Comes out on top. It was messy from both sides, like there was a lot going on. Ooh, herO shades into the main, gets 1 probe. Just 1. Yeah, just 1 probe. I swear, just 2 Oracle hits the natural. 2 Oracles taking 1 shot. 7 probes go down. One of the oracles just barely get away. But okay, nice damage and very necessary damage as well. 7 probe kills. One of the oracles is still alive. We can always go back into stasis trap. And here is catching up. Okay. So again, initially, Creator, he had the better early game. But now herO is playing catch up and he's only down by 2 probes. And down by 2 workers. Creator going for his own Stalker drop, okay. With force fields. So Creator, he can try to force field the mineral line. Ah, never mind, just going for the pylon. Forcing herO to respond. Even getting a Phoenix. Let's go. Should force the recall. There's a recall back home. See if herO can. Oh. See what he can achieve. Jumping to natural, getting a pylon, trying to cause a distraction. He pulls away. As he pulls away, herO can move in, going for the 3rd. Can he force a cancel? He doesn't have enough. Yeah, there's not enough here. This army is just so small. herO gets a pylon. He has to get the hell out of here. He at least supply blocks Creator. True. He supply blocks. And this is a 2-base all-in. herO throws down extra gateways, getting into glaives, and is going massive mortal glaive adept. Again, this has just been a really awkward and messy game. Oh no! The prism went down, losing to immortals. Oh god. herO, you cannot afford these losses. Very messy game. And now Creator has momentum, he moves out. Takes on the Oracle. And herO, he is in trouble here. It's gonna be a tough hold. Glaives will finish, which will help, but just the size isn't quite there. And remember, Creator doesn't have to push in. I mean, I think he should. I think he should take a fight and trade. And I do think he would out-trade. But Epstein commits, which means this army is vulnerable. Creator has a faster 3rd base. Doesn't quite catch out any units. Okay. herO can still pull this off. It's all or nothing. Nice force shields. Oh god. He gets 1. Does pick off 1 immortal. Never mind, there's no anti-air. There we go. Eventually it'll go down. But alas. Yeah, hero's gonna get locked in. Losing his own immortals. There's a recall back home at FC. Out getting into the mineral line. Okay. herO is popping up. And the enemy's forced to recall. herO pulling a couple of points. I mean, again, hero's all in. May as well. Pappy may as well. Pull the boys. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Creator. herO, he needs to end it soon. Ooh, does force a blink. Dives on the Immortal. Immortal goes down. Adepts do shade in towards the natural. But the sentries get left behind. The stalkers get left behind. And herO doesn't get in. Gets to break through that front door. Shades into the main base. Is killing a lot of probes. Okay. Oh, the boys! They're still here. The boys are at the 3rd base. And say, do you get on top of the Immortal? Nice pickoff. Nice catch. Immortal goes down. Creator's lost a lot of probes and he's going to lose even more. There are just so many adepts and more probes are falling. He's doing it. GG. That's called. herO pulls Creator apart. with the Mask Glaive Adept, and herO with the two base all-in. He will claim the series at 3-1, becoming this week's Korean StarCraft League champion. GG. What an animal. What an animal. Very, very messy final game here. Again, I was favoring Creator. Like, Creator, he was able to secure his 2-base setup. He was able to get into his 3rd base, better economy. In the long run, better army as well. But alas, he was unable to keep up with the Adepts and was just losing far too many workers, was just being pulled apart by the Mask Glaive Adept. GG. GG, well played. Ay, ay, ay. But congratulations to herO. My condolences to Creator. Again, Creator. I can definitely see a world where Creator could have forced the ace match. But GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO. As with that, we do have our first KSL champion of the year of 2026. I'm sure this does bode well for the future. I mean, herO, he won the most amount of KSLs last year. We're expecting the same thing this year as well. For those that are unaware, shout out to Dark. He actually did post a couple of tweets recently. I think he posted he showed a video of his daughter at his PC setup, you know, playing StarCraft, showing off her APM skills. Love to see it. Dark, he's still like 10 months away, or yeah, 10 to 9 months away from finishing his military service, but he has let us know that he does want to return to StarCraft once he does wrap up, so looking forward to that. The future of StarCraft 2 coming into 2026 is a little bit obscure. A little bit. We do have 2 events confirmed. We have Home Story Cup. Home Story Cup is at the end of the month, if I remember correctly. So Home Story Cup is at the end of the month. I have to double check the dates, but Home Story Cup is right around the corner. Stars Agora also confirmed. That's what, in April, right? Is it around April-ish of the year? So Stars Agora is going to be later on in the year. When it comes to EWC, there's still one game that is yet to be confirmed. I think we're all expecting it to be StarCraft. At least I'm hoping that it's going to be StarCraft. But speculation is all that we really have in regards to 2026 and EWC. But hopefully StarCraft is going to be supported again for another circuit. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And outside of that, we're expecting more of the kind of like local regional LAN events. What do I mean by that? So if you recall, Geralt, he did host a LAN event in Poland last year, and if you remember, Geralt, he plans on hosting that LAN event on a regular basis, annually, every single year, and he wants to incorporate other games. I think last year he had Tekken. I think it was StarCraft, Tekken, and there was another game. Was it FIFA? I can't quite recall, but I want to say there were like 3 different games there. But they do plan on doing that annually, and they were very happy with the first event that was in Krakow. So we expect to see more of that. We expect to see the next SC for All tournament. I know that the SC historian was very happy with how the first event did unfold. That was a big event in the Americas in Philadelphia. At Cheesedelphia, essentially, with Brood War and SE2. So there are certain like kind of smaller LAN events that we are pretty confident that are going to be continuing coming into the year. But when it comes to like the big circuit, when it comes to EWC and DreamHacks, that's a little bit more, you know, that's a little bit more up in the air whether that's going to occur or not. Regardless of what happens with StarCraft, as always, we're going to be here to cast as much StarCraft as we can. If you notice, December was a lighter month for us. Intentionally, if we wanted to, we could have just like doubled down and just locked into December, but we did decide to take it a little bit leaner, a little bit easier, and I think that's going to be the case moving forward for the near future. For those who don't know, I have my pet bunnies, but they're going to be undergoing an operation in a couple of days. They're very young. They're getting desexed, and apparently that's like a big thing. It's like 2 weeks of recovery, and I have to be there for them as well, so that is going to impact the amount of casting. I've intentionally like rescheduled and made the next 2 weeks a little bit lighter and leaner when it comes to casting, so just a heads up when it comes to January and the beginning of the year. But hopefully everything goes well, and hopefully they're able to recover. Just want to look after them, of course. When it comes to the main year, though, of course, Tuna Cups are going to be continuing. The Water TV Monday is going to be continuing. Pickers Cups, all the weeklies. When it comes to daily StarCraft, it's all still going to be there. It's just like the bigger, grander circuit is still a little bit more ambiguous. But of course, we'll be there. We'll be there as always. Because we're going to be a little bit leaner when it comes to casting. If you want to check out more of myself, !light in the chat. I do try to stream every now and then. I've been streaming a little bit more recently recently. I guess what's easier about streaming on my personal channel is that I can just make it a shorter stream. I'm not like confined to a tournament and to how long the tournament lasts, so I can make it a little bit shorter if I need to, or I can go check my bunnies if I need to. Again, it's just like StarCraft 2 ladder sessions, or we started playing Divinity, myself, herO, and Yaku, we started playing Divinity again. I guess it's kind of in theme with the recent announcement of the new Divinity game. True. But we're playing Divinity Original Sin 2, we're playing Final Fantasy 14, playing some other games just whenever we have any free time available as well. One day I'll get around to finishing Final Fantasy 16. I started that last year in January. I just never had time to get back to it. Same with Spider-Man 2. So some single player games I get around to laddering whenever I can. So if you want, you can tune in there on my personal channel. Otherwise, here on the CranKy Ducklings, we're still going to be live on a mainly daily basis. Very quickly here, catching up on the rest of our schedule for this week. As you saw, as you saw here, we did have some extra days free for the New Year's. As you can see in the center of the week, we just wrapped up with KSL, and tomorrow we're going to be live with the Enki Epic Series. That's going to be a best of 9 show match. Oh my god, best of 9 show match in StarCraft Evolution. Very quickly, just double checking the players. I think it's herO and Byan. Am I crazy? I have to double check. We do have the Enki Epic Series. And I'll have to double check. I have to double check who's going to be competing in that. But that is, of course, going to be this week. We also have the LATAM Legend Series. We have the Euthermal 2v2 circuit. True. During the off-season, Euthermal circuit has returned. That is also this weekend. For those who don't know, we don't cast the Euthermal circuit, but we do work behind the scenes and we run the events. The CranKy Ducklings, I mean. So this might not be well known, but Euthermal, we're good friends. He reached out. He's like, Pappy, I need some admins, and we're like, we got you. So if you're curious, we do run those events. We don't cast them because we're running the events, but we do actually cast it via replays. Euthermal is kind enough to share the replays, and we do cast it via replays at a later date. That's going to be around the corner as well. We have the Podcast returns next week. True, the Podcast will return. We have the Patch Clash Invitational and other events throughout the course of the next couple of weeks. Again, expect to see a couple of days free every now and then, just because the operation for the bunnies are going to be on the 7th of January. So scheduled right now, we have the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th free. So no casting from the 7th to the 9th. I'm going to leave them free so I can make sure that they're okay and spend some time with them. Look after them. So misijitas. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. The KSL is a bi-weekly tournament every fortnight. Every fortnight we have the Korean StarCraft League, so we should be here in in 2 weeks time for the next event. Otherwise, congratulations to herO. Congratulations for becoming our champion. And again, herO, he is currently I would say the best Protoss in the world. You can make an argument for Classic for sure. You can make an argument for Classic, but here he's definitely in form. He's looking like a beast, and we expect to see more from him in the near future as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a best of 9 show match, the Enki Epic Series. We'll see you then for that. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Also, very quickly, if you want to tune into VODs, YouTube is the place to be. The YouTube stream did go down earlier today, so I do apologize. It went down in the best series as well. Like, I still stand by it. Cure versus GuMiho was amazing. Like, it was a banger of a series. So I do apologize for the stream going down on YouTube for that. Will eventually be uploaded in VOD form, but otherwise, do check out those VODs. Check us out on YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, all things StarCraft, all things CranKy Ducklings, I mean. And we'll see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. We'll see you next time. See you mañana. Hasta mañana. Ciao. Hasta luego.